Pam and Tommy, episode 2, titled I Love You, Tommy. And this episode is basically how Tommy met Pamela. Playing on some words on the how he met Sally situation. And what this episode basically is this, like, here's the thing, it's not a bad episode. I won't lie, it's not a bad episode. But kind of halfway through it, it kind of lost a little bit of steam, because what you have is a sense of like montages on montages on montages, and you get it. Like the concept of, okay, so these two people are going to they're going to meet, they're going to fall in love, they'll have their attraction, and they're going to get married in a span of 4 days. You need to really, really have at home why these two have an attraction for each other to the point they would do something like that. And ask all the questions like, what's your favorite movie? Or what's your favorite, what do you like? What do you like to eat? What music do you like to listen to? Where do you live? How's your family? Where do you, where are you? Like all those questions that normally happens before marriage, but in this situation, it's after marriage, right? How are you going to show, love at first sight that isn't come across as cheesy? So they do the whole, like, love catcher, slow-mo, like, Pamela's, we see Pamela's eyes, and she's looking at Tommy, and Tommy's kind of moving very smoothly and silkily, and vice versa, that we see Pamela in Tommy's eyes, how she's kind of moving very sexually, and all that kind of stuff. And at the very end, you can sense, like, okay, these two are kind of perfect each other, even though they kind of only know each other in less than a week. It's really, at the end, you're like, yeah, this is kind of perfect match. They are kind of both wild cards, like, they, their wild cards are, like, kind of live a little bit dangerously. So it kind of fits in the mold that these two people would have. You have that situation. Now, there is a weird scene in it. I don't know, should I talk about the weird scene? Like, if you're going to watch the show, pre-warned, there's like a weird art house shit in this. And the weird art house thing is that, by the way, before I jump into it, can't believe I'm saying this, the prosthetics, like, we all know the makeup, making Lee James look like Patty Ashton, and knowing that this is 100% all on the two actors, and we saw a hell lot more of a size sample of Lee James as Pamela, and she crushes it. Amazing work, amazing performance. She's able to capture the voice, the movement, the mannerism, like everything that we know Pamela to be Pamela. She crosses it. And the weird thing about saying that is, like, knowing, like, okay, I was born in 96, and I'm 25, so my exposure between the two of them, these two public figures, is very limited. Like, I only know Tommy Lee because of he had a relationship with Pam Anderson, plus also the sex tape. I know about that. And with Pamela, like, I know about Baywatch and Budweiser because I'm a pop culture junkie. But I wouldn't be shocked, like, a lot of people in my generation know her from the parody stuff, like, what, superhero movie? Like, she played Sue Storm in that superhero movie parody thing. And her being basically the plot of the first Borat. Outside of that. So, saying, like, the memories and all that, it's probably just me being a pop culture junkie. And able to be like, oh, yeah. This is taking me a long while to say, okay, me explain this weird scene where they give, as we know, Pamela Anderson has big boobs. So they give Lee James, part of the costume, big boobs. And for Tommy Lee, he is known to have a big dick, so they give a bastard a whopper dick attached to him. And there's a scene where Tommy is talking to someone, and he's saying, "Oh, I think I'm in love. I'm in full heart for. I'm in love. I know it's a few days very quick." And this other dude's like, "Dude, fucking hell! Like it's only a couple of days." And he's like, "Who he's talking to?" And you realize that he's talking to his dick, and the dick is talking back to him, like the whole the forced in and the head of the dick is talking through its pee hole, through the pee hole. The pee hole is the damn mouth. You're like, what the fuck is going on? What about a girl mirror? What about a mirror? Talk to the classic mirror trick. But no. But again, if I say, is he high? The answer probably would be yes, because he's a rock star. But yeah, because of anytime it's the two characters, where it's Tommy and Pam having a conversation, it's really well put together. But when it comes to trying to show how quickly they're falling in love with each other, all that, it kind of slows the episode down a little bit for me. I actually really do enjoy the last scene where they start singing, King I with getting to know you, and I, getting to know me, like that song. That one's pretty well put together. But yeah, it's really good performances and all that kind of stuff, and that. So yeah, it's weird talking about hey, they gave actresses fake body parts because the real people are known to having fake having those bits. It's weird saying those sentences. So yeah, but yeah, I mean, it's one more episode for me to cover for this week, and I'll talk about that when I watch it, which is probably in an hour or two. So yeah.